Hey everybody, good to see you. It's been a couple weeks. There we go. There we go. Milo's here assisting. We're going to be listening to and breaking down songs from 1984. The pure listening party era is over. It's time to inject very clear educational value into the live stream for reasons. So we will be stopping and starting the songs quite frequently to talk about the chords, the melodies, the harmonies, the rhythms, the production, anything we can learn from why these songs are so great or interesting or 80s. Okay? So please put your request in the comments, artist name and song title, no albums because I won't know which one to pick. Please try to be mindful of the length of the song, although since we'll be stopping and starting it so many times, we may not be listening to the entire song anymore, so we'll see. But if it's like a 7-plus long song, 7-minute plus long song, then please let me know that in the comments so I'm aware. If you would please do that. And please be kind and civil in the comments if you don't like a song. Where is that speck coming from? It's so annoying. Anyway, it's just scratched somehow, I guess. Anyway, apologies. Oh yes, you may not like all the music that we play, but we're going to keep things positive on the live stream. So if you're not a fan, you can just mute it for a little bit or have your judgments by yourself. We are going to appreciate the music we hear. I'm not going to like everything we hear either, but we're going to keep it, we're going to find the good in everything. And we have to remember that taste cannot be disputed. Ooh, what's this button? Make Super Chat more fun with a goal? Oh my gosh. Cool. Maybe next time. We've already got some requests. Oh yes, and if you really, really want to make sure that your song gets played and you have the means, you can request it in a Super Chat. That will definitely bump them up at the top of the list. I will make sure that I play it. Okay. I think that's everything. We've got a moderator, Clores. Hello. And I always forget things. Okay. Well, let's get started. So I got the piano going. We're going to start off with, sorry. Only songs released in 1984, not like if it were on a compilation album released in 1984 or a remaster, although I'm not sure they really did a lot of remasters in 1984, did they? I don't know. Anyway, has to be originally released in 1984. If it was a single from an album and the single came out in 84, but the album came out in 85, that's fine. Okay, here we go. We're going to start off with Soy Sauce Hair Dye's request, The Sound, Counting the Days, which doesn't sound familiar to me. Oh, too quiet. Start this over.
Before our happiness, I'm moving mountains into that ocean. Won't make that sadness any less.
All right, we've got lots of reverb on the drums. 80s. Yes. I really do feel like that was part of the sound. I can think of some 80s songs that had drier drums, but I do think it's a distinctive characteristic of, I guess, maybe it's not all of the 80s, but this genre. Anything rock, really, right? Lots of reverb. And we've got a major key chord progression. It's in E major. So it goes E major. Then it does a brief little detour to C sharp minor. Sorry, I meant this one. B major. Before landing on this minor chord. And then I think it goes back down to B and then goes back to, I'm pretty sure. So those are the 3 chords we're working with. And this is a chord progression that to me communicates that there could be feelings of like things are okay, things are kind of easy going, but also maybe a little bittersweet just because of that like extended moment on the minor chord. The minor chord. It's very upbeat, which also makes it feel kind of easy breezy to me. But let's listen to the lyrics because maybe it's about something sad. I could totally see that. Okay.
Counting the days towards our new construction, moving mountains by compulsion.
Oh, that was pretty.
Whoa.
Hang on a sec. Some cool stuff just started happening. That melody took me by surprise. I think he was just mainly staying like in these notes, and then he says by compulsion, and he goes really low, or it seems pretty low. By compulsion. Yeah, that's nice. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's now a vocal harmony on him. It's probably him. Maybe it's another person in the band, actually. But it's in thirds above him. By compulsion. Maybe a fifth at the end.
By compulsion. The impossible choices out of our long-term decision. I'm counting the days towards our love.
That's cool. So the first part of the verse, there's no harmony. And then right at the end of it, like the last line, the vocal harmony comes in, which I think is a little bit unusual because usually when you add vocal harmonies, you would add it at the beginning of the next repetition. So it starts like on one, but it kind of bleeds over from the end of one into the beginning of the other. And then it's only there until the last line, or the vocal harmony is there until the last line, which then goes back to him just singing by himself. So that's a nice tip, actually. When to add vocal harmonies. Sometimes I think people have questions about that, and it definitely adds energy. It emboldens the melody. So you want to do it when something significant is being said, or when in the music it feels like things need to like be built up a little bit more. And then conversely, when you take the vocal harmony away, things feel a little bit more lonely, or just it brings things down a little bit. So that was really nice to hear. So I guess that was the chorus. And so it's the same chord progression. Oh, and if you are a Roman numeral type person, this would be 1, 5, 6, 5, 1. And I'm turning on my air conditioning because it's so cool.
So far apart in so many ways. Like the way 5 hours feels like forever. It's in our hands to make our stance and move these continents together. Let's get together.
Okay, this is there's different chords here. So now it's going to go, we were here. We're going to go all the way to the 2 chord, which is a minor chord, to the 4 chord, to the 6 chord, and then up to the 1 chord. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's a pattern in how those chords are going up. Sorry. the pattern is that they're all a part of one giant chord. Sorry. That chord. Which is what? 7th, 9th, 11th. It's an 11th chord. It's just stackings of this one interval called a third over and over again. So they're all related in very, like sound ways. They have a lot, each chord has a lot in common with the next. So it's a very flowy way to build a chord progression. Very nice. And now it feels like the reverb is coming in to make things sound extra exciting here. It's very drenched.
So far apart in so many ways, like to wait 5 hours feels like forever. It's
Sorry,
in
after this
our
part.
hands to make our stance and move these continents together. Let's get together.
Okay, it was just one chord, I guess. It felt like reverb was coming in. And then we're going to get probably like I mean, that could have been the bridge, I guess, and then some musical interlude. Let's see what's over here. There's that harmony again.
Long-term decision. I'm counting the days towards our love.
Okay, synthesizer.
Across the ocean of tears.
This is really pretty. I think it's a very pretty song. Quite beautiful. And no, I've never heard it before. So we're back to the original chord progression. Let's listen to the very tail end just to make sure there's nothing there to learn from the ending. We're gonna get a fade out. That synth almost sounds a little bit like an accordion at the end. So yes, someone said it sounds a lot like Britpop. Again, I'm not great with genres, but that seems right. I'm gonna agree with you. So pretty. Well, if you want to listen to the whole thing without interruption, it's called Counting the Days by The Sound. Beautiful. All right. Was that really bad? Having to stop and start it like that? I know. I guess it's better than nothing, right? Okay. Let's do the King Crimson. The King Crimson. I can't say it. King Crimson song. 3 of a Perfect Pair. I'm ready. So I don't know much about King Crimson, except that the guitarist, or one of the guitarists, played some crazy stuff on Nine Inch Nails' The Downward Spiral. Adrian Belew, right? Am I remembering this right? 3 of a Perfect Pair is the song. Okay. First verse, and then it's gonna, okay. So the thing I noticed, 2 things I noticed right away about this. 3 things, 5 things. Okay. First, the timing is interesting, for sure. And I will count it next time, but I'm pretty sure that it's in 3/4. My opinion is that most rock songs that are in 3 are in like 6/8 or 12/8. Yes, those are different. I know they sound like the same, but it's about emphasis patterns. And 3/4 also has a different emphasis pattern than 6/8, even though if you just multiply it by 2, then, you know, should be the same. It's actually not the same. Okay, time signature lesson. First of all, did time signatures matter? Not really. It's a way of writing the music rhythmically, notating it. You can definitely count stuff as you're playing it, but usually you don't count everything the way you do with written notation. Anyway, so 3/4 is 3 beats, and each one of those beats can be subdivided equally into 2. So you get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. And so you can see it has a little bit more of a regular sound to it because of the subdivisions. If you take 6/8, it's the opposite. It's 2 main beats, each subdivided into 3. So you have 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. And yes, if you play 3/4 fast enough, it'll sound like 6/8. And if you play 6/8 slow enough, it will sound like 3/4. So yes, they are different and they're the same. But if you listen to like a perfect circle, a lot of their grooves are in 6/8, and you'll hear the kick on 1 and then the snare on the 2. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, left. And 3/4 is not a very common type signature for rock, whereas 6/8, not as common as 4/4, but you definitely hear it. Like 3/4 is pretty rare because it's weird. It doesn't have a very good place to put the snare. And so what they've done here, again, assuming I'm right, is that they put the snare on 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which is weird because the emphasis usually in 3/4 is on 1. So you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so anyway, the second thing I noticed is that it has a very detailed layering. There is guitar work, and the bass has a lot of short attack, like maybe not high attack, but not blah attack. Pretty well defined attack notes that are pretty short, so that there's a lot of rhythmic complexity and it's all kind of woven together, but you can kind of hear everything. There's a lot of space in the mix. Third thing, the mix is really good. I would not have thought this came out in the 80s. Did it? I guess it did. I'm trusting y'all. But yeah, it's just wow. It sounds so deep and so. Look at my super chat. Which one? Huh. My chat is wigging out. 4/4 with 7/8 simultaneously? I don't know if I agree, but I guess we'll just listen to some more of it. Da-da-da is also in 3. So, I don't know. Okay. Posiput. We're talking about 3 of a Perfect Pair by King Crimson. I can't seem to say King Crimson. I keep wanting to say Crimson. So yes, I think it's in 3/4. It's just got a really cool emphasis pattern. We're not used to hearing things on that beat. And yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's listen to a little bit more of it. I have a feeling it's piece of evidence that it's in 3 is that it's called 3 of a perfect pair. I mean, maybe that's not a coincidence. Okay, this is really beautiful. The chord progression is all minor chords in the minor key. Just playing minor chords alone doesn't make something sound like this. It has to be these specific minor chords. Every key, like the major key or the minor key, has 3 major chords in it, 3 minor chords, and 1 diminished chord. That might be a surprise because you might be like, well, major music sounds so different than minor music. How come they have the same amount of those chords? It's an interesting thing, isn't it? It has to do with the context of the chords and what we consider to be the home base that everything is relating to. It's crazy. But in this case, they've picked the 3 minor chords that are in the minor key, and they're only playing those so far, which is C minor, 3 of a perfect pair, and going around on the around the minor key, and then they went up to G minor. Maybe I'll go down, which is the 5 chord. And then they went down to the minor 4 chord, and then they went back down. All the minor chords in the minor key makes things feel kind of serious to me. Like there's really, I mean, the production and arrangement is quite playful, but the harmony is quite serious. It has a little bit of a heaviness, yeah? Okay. So, there it's doing like a da 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 da, and I can't hear the lower notes, but they're in parallel thirds with each other, which is like a really, really beautiful harmonious harmony, like this. That sound so pretty, but then they go back to their own thing where they are rhythmically in sync, but they are independent pitch-wise. Okay, so now so my sense of the timing changed for this next section. Found myself bopping along to this. But then there was a hitch, and I was like, it's not in 4/4. So I started counting, and my take on it is it's in 7/8. But then the drummer does something which I've tried to articulate before on a live stream and really failed, and I'm probably going to fail again today. But maybe now that we have this example, it will be clear, and I don't really need to use my words. But, okay, the drummer can essentially just keep drumming past the 7 without starting over his pattern after the 7. He can just keep drumming through it on this. And what it does is everything that was on the beat and everything that was on the offbeat is now swapped. So it still feels cool And then the next time it just lines back up. So let's see if I can. So they're doing so we've changed key to A minor, and then they hit us with the minor 4 chord in this key, but it still sounds very congruous with the other key because it's the same chord relationships, just happens to be starting on a different note. But complicated, so pretty. If I ever make a video about songs that only use minor chords, this should be in it because it's such a good example. It's so funky, you know? And then up to the 5 chord, just like in the other. Transition back to the C minor key. So they were like here, and then he just goes 3. So he sings the minor third of this C chord, which in the key of A minor is the tritone. So it really highlights the difference between these two keys. Like that's one of the notes that they don't have in common. There's a bunch actually that they don't have in common, but that's a big one. The minor third of a key is like the heart, the beating heart of it. So that was really sexy. But how did they do the drums though? Because that was really good too. Oh, okay, I see. So they went back to the 3/4 groove while they stayed in this A key. Something that I think is actually a major third. Right, sorry. And they're just pitching it up and down. So that creates this really cool sound, which reminds me of Nine Inch Nails Closer, the part that's like, sorry. There we go. When you take an interval and you don't change it at all to mesh with the notes in the scale, you just take it and you just like here, 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 and you pitch it around, it creates this really interesting kinds of harmony. It totally breaks outside of the traditional, which is great. Always good. And yeah, this is cool. This is a great sound. So in my The Nightmare Before Christmas Part 1 live stream that I did last week, which was blocked and re-uploaded for free on my Patreon. So if you like The Nightmare Before Christmas and you like Danny Elfman, or you just like the idea of like, again, all minor chords, go check it out. There's something called a chromatic mediant, which I learned from David Bennett piano. It's when you play two major chords or two minor chords separated by a third. There's two kinds of thirds, minor and major. Either way, it creates chromaticism, where you introduce notes that aren't in a key. So it sounds interesting. They are doing a bunch of chromatic medians. So they started on the C minor, then they went down a minor third to A minor, and now they went down another minor third to F sharp minor. So every time they change key, it sounds really kind of spooky. It's cool. Anyway.
Keeps it aggravated.
I want to listen to the end, but because now we're stopping and starting, I'm talking so much. It's going to take too much time to listen to all the songs. So that's something I'm learning right now. All right, we're going to, if you'd like to listen to the whole thing, which you should because I'm going to later. That's such a good song. Thank you, Thomas. King Crimson's Three of a Perfect Pair. Damn, that's good. Ugh, so good. Okay. All right. I'm so aggravated. La, 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 la. All right, back to live chat. So good. Hang on. All right, next is Leanne's request, which is please play, Clannad, Strange Land. So that's the group that Enya was in before she went solo, if I remember correctly, right? Oh, it's muted. My bad. I'm going to try that again. Family. Oh, wow. It's so dramatic. Ooh, the synths. Well, I will say that part of, to me, Enya's sound, other than like the way she processed her voice, which I think was quite unique at the time. I just don't remember hearing anybody else that sounded like her. I could be wrong though. Is that she would use this synth or sampler. I don't know what it was. But it was some gear. It wasn't a real instrument. Real instrument. It wasn't an acoustic instrument. But it sounded very harp-like. It's, you could hear it in Orinoco Flow. You can hear it in the Caribbean Blue, Watermark's piano. All the ones that are plucky. She had this really great pluck going on. You can hear it in here for sure. So that's the intro. Let's see what like happens when the song kicks in. Okay, we're in E. Dorian. Yes, okay, all right. I was going to suspect, given that they're Celtic, right? And yes, very Celtic. Agreed. Celtic music often is in Dorian, which is one of the most beautiful scales ever. If you follow my Instagram, then you may have seen me giving you a short lesson on Dorian right after I had my cavity filled and my mouth was numb. That was fun. I still actually have few more videos I made while I was numb about different scales. I need to edit those and post those. It's so pretty. Sorry, let's play it up higher. So I wasn't sure at first because Dorian and minor are very similar. There's literally just one note that's different. But that one note completely changes one of the chords in the key from minor to major, which is a big, big feeling. And I heard it. I heard that one chord. There it is. It's not even for very long, but it's enough. It's magic. It's magic. So pretty. A lot of reverb. Horns. There it is again. Do you hear it? Really, really pretty. You guys, I'm just starting to wonder if my kind of addiction to reverb is actually because of when I was born and all the music I was listening to probably was just drowning in reverb. And maybe secretly deep down, I actually like it. I mean, Enigma was my lifeblood for a little while. That is so much reverb. How do you make a good mix with a lot of reverb? That's something I haven't learned yet. But yeah, their voices sound like angels because they're just the air around their voices is so massive. Like they're in a big space, or the space around them is like misty, and that mist sounds like reverb, doesn't it? Even though mist probably would actually dampen the sound waves, but it in a more aesthetic way, it just feels magical. So we've got a male voice, at least one. I've got some female voices up high, very pretty. See, the Strange Land part is the super Dorian part. Strange Land. This is so pretty. Yeah, it's kind of dramatic. It sounds like it could be in... Actually, instead of being in a film, it almost feels like it would be in a play or something. Or a musical theater. I don't know. There's something just melodramatic about it. And even the picture, I know you can't see it, but it has a man who looks like an elf prince, basically. I don't know. He's kind of in the dark, but he's got long hair and he's holding some, he's got a, I'm assuming he has a bow and arrow. I just see like the tips of the arrows with the feathers on them coming on his back, and he's holding one. And then there's like white doves, and then there's mist. There's totally mist and like really dark old ruins, and yeah, film is definitely more subdued. Yeah, sometimes. Yes. It was a TV show. Oh, okay. Then again, let's remember this is the 80s. Nothing was subdued. So that's Robin Hood. Okay, it's all coming together. Cool. The Druids. He's Robin Hood. All right. Well, if you'd like to listen to the whole thing, it's Strange Land by Clannad. Awesome. Thanks, Leanne. Okay. Next. Hot for Teacher. Oh, that's a different vibe. Jay Rand, what's up, friend? Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. Go for the video if you want to laugh, but it misses some of the drums for that. Go for the album track. I think I want to hear all the drums, though maybe later I'll watch the video. Which I actually haven't seen. Yeah, the drums are crazy. I wonder if it's the kind of groove that sounds hard but is easy, or if it's actually as hard as it sounds. It probably is really freaking hard, if I remember correctly. I remember playing this on Guitar Hero. Oh no, that's the music video. Shit. Here we go. I mean, oh my God. That's gotta be hard. The coordination. Before it hits that section, because that's such a good part. The drums, oh my God. Okay, so this is a polyrhythm. That does sound like a motorcycle. Sorry, this is not a polyrhythm by itself. What is played over it next, or this in relationship to the meter, is polyrhythmic. So I think it is, because it's yeah. Also, the timing of this is not 4/4, not 6/8, not 3/4, not anything crazy, but 12/8. But it's a really fast 12/8. 12/8 is best remembered by it sounding like you could hear the beats like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Although honestly, it's never this fast. This is super fast. And then you subdivide each of those into 3. But it sounds almost like 4 on the Floor with a triplet feel. So like The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson, Capital G by Nine Inch Nails, Roseanne. No, sorry, that Rosanna actually is. Wait, no. Rosanna is some other. Okay, sorry, not Rosanna. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and also Pyramid Song. So I can have lots of different feels to it, but this is just super freaking fast. Right? I'm pretty sure it's 12/8. Yeah, just like so fast. Okay. And then it kicks in. Yes, yeah. 12. Anything that's got anything like 6/8 or 12/8 will have a swing feel if you accent just the first and last note of the triplet, like ta 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 ta. And then our favorite part. Okay, right. So these are the So what's the technique? Is this called hammer-ons and pull-offs or whatever? He's not actually picking, right? None of that. It's just maybe it's both. Maybe it's both. Was that, when did that become a thing historically? I feel like this was a part of Van Halen's sound, wasn't it? This thing. Hand tapping. Okay, tapping. Got it. So what's a hammer-on and pull-off? I only know those terms because of Guitar Hero. Are they the same thing? Is like tapping the umbrella term and then the hammer-on, the pull-off, or like within the tapping? Only left hand? Wow. Amazing. During the note. What? Hammer on, pull off, use left hand. Same-ish. Okay. Cool. Okay. So these are arpeggios. And they're going down and up and down and up and down and up. And it sounds like they're just like major minor chords. I think this is in... Oh my God, can you even hear the ride cymbal on top of all of this? Because I think what's happening here is kicks and toms, right? Just insane. Maybe? And then more toms. And then... Jesus Christ. And then the drum. He's got this really fast little ticka. Okay, minor. A minor. Sorry. And then Dorian sound. Okay, so minor, and then, except he's doing it so much faster. I don't know what he's doing. Another minor chord. Yeah, it does sound like music. Oh, and then to a Dorian sound from there. Okay. Okay. And then to another minor chord. G minor. I'm gonna guess next it's gonna be this chord. If I'm right. Yes. So that's the whole pattern. It's a minor chord, and then you go a fourth above it and play a major chord. And then you play a different minor chord, fourth above it, major chord. Another minor chord, fourth above it, major chord. Zach. You mean I can't do this on the guitar I unboxed yet? Yeah. Not quite. Yeah, I'm like almost there. Yeah. If you guys didn't see, on Halloween I was a dead person and I got a guitar and I made a video as a dead person getting a guitar. It was truly the highlight of my day. It was so much fun. Okay. All right. Okay, now it's all bluesy.
Oh, wow, man.
What a riff.
Wait a second, man. What do you think the teacher's gonna look like this year?
Oh my God. Okay. Now we're back in A minor, yeah. thought I had a bluesy part.
Wow, man.
Da-na, da. Okay. Maybe that's what they did. So this is minor blues. Good old blues. And it sounds like it's voiced in fourths. But the little run that I can't quite figure out to play is right underneath. But it's so good. Really great rhythm. I mean, the rhythms in this song are just killer. I love the anticipation of that little grouping. It's like earlier. Sorry. So good. By the way, Milo can't hear any of this. None of this. So that's why she's so chill. I mean, honestly, I don't know if they would care. I mean, when I'm recording music and I'm singing at the top of my lungs, only if I make a weird noise do they notice. Otherwise, they sleep. So she probably would be like this through Van Halen. I don't see why not. Yeah. Cutie. All right, let's keep going.
Wait a second, man. What do you think the teacher's gonna look like this year?
I love that note. I do love when he goes, "Don't you see?" And he goes to his falsetto, and it's so great. Okay, so David Lee Roth is the vocalist. Okay. He's got such an epic 80s rock voice. And probably 70s too. I don't know. Just it's so he's got a big old vibrato. He can really project. He's belting basically. Distortion.
Teacher needs to see me after school. I think of all the education that I missed, but that my homework was never quite like this. Got it bad. I'm the teacher.
All right, we're back to the blues here. Okay, some fun stuff here to comment on. I went back too far. Oh yeah, so this kind of duck 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 duck. Okay, so that sounds. It's very syncopated. Duh, 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 duh. It's the 16th note offbeats. Well, actually, since this is so freaking fast, maybe it's eighth notes. Yeah, okay, whatever. But it's so if you subdivided this, you'd have da 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 da, and then they just accent every other one. So it's da 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 da. It's so hard because it's so fast, and if you're a little bit early or a little bit late, you're gonna just be on the beat. So there's like very little wiggle room. And the way they deal with it is I think they have the accent on the offbeat, and then they counter that with some other sound. Maybe it's a cymbal or something like. Or like, let me see. Hang on. Yeah. Tick, 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 tick. So they put the snare and the guitar on the offbeat, and then on the beat, right after it, he hits a cymbal of some kind. Maybe it's a hi-hat, open hi-hat, which is not nearly as loud, obviously, as a snare. So it doesn't overshadow the accent on the beat, on the offbeat. It's just kind of, but it probably helps them a little bit to stay on the offbeats. Tick, 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 like that. It's so good. And then there's this chromatic rundown that we have.
I think of all the education that I missed, but that my homework was never quite like this.
So that's a chromatic, which means half steps down, run, and the rhythm is really fun because
Think of all the education that I missed, but that my homework was never quite like this.
and then it switches to the polyrhythm. It's so great. It's exciting because it feels like there's a quickening, right?
That I missed, but that my homework was never quite like this. Got it bad, got it bad, got it bad.
got it back. Okay, so this is actually Dorian. I just realized. Okay, so it's bluesy, but it's also got a Dorian sound. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that if I just spent 5 minutes to research this, I would understand. But Dorian and minor blues seem to be like linked, because you'll hear this kind of thing like, sorry, no. Everyone's heard that. Also this, which has the raised sixth in it, which is what Dorian's got. So it's got the blue note, but it's also got the Dorian sound. This one. So they go, I've got it bad, got it bad, got it bad. And he's singing, someone's singing a third above him. I've got it bad, got it bad, got it bad, sorry, bad. So that harmony hits this Dorian note. Got it bad, bad, got it bad, got it bad. Shit. Got it bad, got it bad. I'm half a teacher, and then I got it bad, so bad. And I don't know if they harmonize that part or. So bad. Yes, they do. They do. That's probably hard. I got it bad, so bad. I don't know. That's a big jump. So bad. Is that a seventh? Pretty rare. Pretty rare. You know, actually, that's so bad. That's not a very good. I'm always trying to collect all the musical references for every interval going up and down. And even though that one is the elusive minor seventh going down, I just don't know if enough people will know the melody to, but I'll write it down anyway. You know, you never know. Okay, minor seventh. Hot for teacher. Okay. All right, let's get to the solo.
I know about this score. Little girl from Cherry Lawn, how can you be so bold? How did you know that and roll? I think of all the education that I missed.
Oh, those pinch harmonics?
But then my homework was never quite like this. Oh, got it bad, got it bad, got it bad. I'm not the teacher. I've got it bad, so bad. I'm not the teacher.
Okay, we gotta take this in some pieces here.
Education that I missed. I've got it bad, so bad. I'm not the teacher.
So bad. I'm wrong. He doesn't do a seventh. So bad. Wait. Yeah, that's something else. He doesn't go down here. He goes here, and I was wrong. So bad would be a seventh, but so bad. So a fifth? Oh well. Her will. Okay. All right. Okay, now we're in F sharp minor for some reason. Fun. So very virtuosic. I would say this is the kind of shredding that is actually not about like being rhythmically on in any way. It's like a very expressive bunch of balls rolling down a hill. And it's just, you know, the momentum is insane, and it's about how fast the notes come. And I mean, they have a cadence to them, but it's not like a rhythmic cadence in the context of the song. It's more of a like feeling, I think, like when to sort of speed it up and slow it down. So it's super expressive, and it's just wow. Because there's so many notes at once, your brain is kind of just like, you know, it's exciting. knows exactly what he's doing. He's like, I'm shredding, and now I'm with a band, and I'm shredding, and then I'm hitting this accent, but then I'm, yeah. But it's on the F sharp minor scale. At least it was. Did we change key? No, actually, okay, it's minor, but now it's a little bit more of the pentatonic scale, which is my understanding, one of the first scales that guitarists learn. It's the backbone of rock music. And so that's kind of how it sounds. Maybe a little bluesy too. And then, okay.
Oh, man, I think the clock is...
And now we they just shove us back to A. So this is another... So funny how this is happening. The last live stream I did was all about chromatic medians with minor chords, and so is this one. So now we're in A minor, and then we go to this chromatic median, and then we just go back.
It's slow. I don't feel tardy.
I don't feel tardy?
Class dismissed.
That's so sick. Oh, yeah. That's hard. Of course it's hard. That was so fun. That's cool to actually listen to that song because it's mostly just been me playing it on Guitar Hero. So, okay. Thanks, J Rand. All right, next is Lovely Lady by Change. Oh my God. Do you hear? Do you hear the... The sound of is it the... So whatever sampler this was, is it the triangle sound that they tried to make, and it's just like a perfect fourth or something? It's like, or something. You know, I'm talking about the little that, and it became such a thing for a while. Okay. Oh, it's the cowbell. That's what it is.
Just to have you near. Time is for your beauty. To have you here. Oh, you won my heart, and I respect you. But baby, if you're not easily charmed, then I know what to do. You're so sweet, so fine, gonna make you mine. Such a lovely lady, and blow my mind. You're so sweet, so fine, gonna make you mine. Such a lovely lady, and blow my mind. Naturally sexy.
So, yeah, kind of R&B-ish. Little hip-hoppy, maybe even the beat. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the chords, I was trying to figure them out because it's so interesting. Like, this type of music just has very different harmony than, you know, rock or something like Clannad. You know, this is a new vibe for the live stream because all the chords are voiced as seventh chords or chords with extensions. So they just have so much more dissonance in them. They're crunchier. They are jazzier. So the first chord, I don't know how it's voiced, but I think it's a E minor seventh chord. But then I heard this note next. So I'm not exactly sure what the chord is. It's just they're not loud enough for me to go, I know what that is exactly. But I got the vibe that it also probably was a major seventh chord. And then it went down to, let's just make this a 7th chord as well. Why not? But it's probably voiced in a much more musical way, and there could be some extra chord tones as well. But what's cool about it is that it's actually got a Phrygian sound. And I'm not sure I've ever heard Phrygian sound so, like, chilled out. It's like sexy in a different way. It's like smooth instead of like, I'm going to like eat your soul sexy. it's just, I don't know, but that's the chord. That's the flat 2 chord. But when you voice it like a 7th chord, it gets, I don't know. I mean, Pyramid Song has some elements of Phrygian as well. And I wouldn't say it sounds sexy at all. It just sounds, but it doesn't sound nearly as dark as a lot of the Phrygian stuff normally sounds. This sounds even lighter than that. But I think it's the fact that in both this song and I was about to say Phrygian Song, Pyramid Song, the chords are voiced with 7ths and 6ths and stuff like that. So that really seems to soften. I'm just like realizing this, right? Soften the blow of the darkness of Phrygian. Right? It really matters how you voice shit. So.
And abundant with class. You're the finest of
that bass is so 80s and 90s, actually. It's more 90s, right? Are they ahead of their time?
You own my heart.
Did you hear that big, that big minor 7th chord there? Like, with the little wavering on it. The bass is so talkative. It reminds me of the 90s.
Anything I would do, oh baby, yeah. Just as long as I know it's me and you. Oh, you're
nice.
So sweet, so fine, wanna make you mine.
That is a nice hook. Da 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 da. Very minor. Da 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 da. It's tense.
Such a lovely lady.
Such a lovely. I'm not sure that next chord is. I'm not literate enough in jazz chords. Probably the same one as before, but it sounded different this time.
So sweet, so fine.
Oh, nice. So
fine. Such a lovely lady, and you blow my mind. So sweet, so fine, wanna make you mine. Such a lovely lady, and you blow my mind. So sweet, so fine, wanna make you mine. Such a lovely lady.
I still think it's an F chord.
And you blow my mind.
Incredibly faithful. Oh my god! Did you hear that 3-part harmony? That's so pretty. I was about to comment on something else and then it just...
I wanna be your lover, be my girl.
Okay, so that's gorgeous 2-part harmony. Girl, girl. And hear how breathy the harmony is? That's a nice texture contrast.
Be my girl, lovely lady.
I mean, Mariah Carey could jump on this track right now, right? I mean, man, this is gorgeous. All right, well, we're going to stop it there. Sorry. That was Lovely Lady by Change, if you want to hear the whole thing. Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm not even like halfway through just the super chats. All right. It's okay. This is a learning experience. This is the first time that I've taken requests where I am breaking things down to this extent. And I just have to be, more what's the word? Decisive about what I say and what I don't say. Talk Talk, does Carolyn know? Oh, goody. I like Talk Talk. I'm excited. This is the most 80s sounding Talk Talk song I've ever heard. I'm confused. I mean, those synths. The hand drums. Okay, is that a synth bass? Is this all synths? I mean, those hand drums sound real. The hand drums sound real. But that bass is very funky. The chord stabs are very 80s and kind of funky. And then the synth chords were just so 80s, man. This is so different.
To put another drink away is out of line.
Oh, flat 6.
Out of line. So easy with a thief to play. But break it.
I can't play along to it because it is in production. I guess they slowed it down or sped it up. I don't know what, but either way, it's in between the key of E and E flat. Ugh. Okay, but essentially, it's got this kind of Mixolydian vibe for a while. Oh, God. Hang on. No.
Does it matter?
Oh, sorry. I'm playing the wrong part of the chord. Okay. Sorry. It's in between C and B. This gives us the rock major, Mixolydian vibe. But then they gave us a flat 6 and I was so excited. Right there. That's cool. That sounds awesome. We're going to skip ahead a bit. What? And also this pitch bendy stuff is fun, huh?
So easy with a thief to blame for breaking every pledge I've made. Does it matter if I can't?
There's that flat 6 chord again. I wasn't crazy for playing an E before because this part is an E. No, it's not. What's wrong with me? It's A. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is another example of a song like we've heard today, where there's a chord progression and they just change key, but they keep the same progression. That doesn't mean the same chords. It means the same chord relationships and chord qualities. So the songs go like, okay, and then they go up to this and they're like, actually, let's do this. Same sitch. Well, that's trippy. That is so different. Yeah, I haven't heard, like my recommendations, It's My Life is up there, and I remember hearing that and being so wowed. That's a really freaking cool song. But his voice, it's interesting hearing his voice against a more 80s backdrop. I mean, I know It's My Life is from the 80s too, right? Or isn't it? But it doesn't have that sound necessarily. It's a little bit more of a timeless sound. But this song definitely has the 80s sheen. And his voice over this really brings out the like 80s tone of his voice, which I don't think this was necessarily true for the female singers. I think maybe it was a little bit more of a like constricted nasally, maybe like something kind of thing. But for the men, it was this like complete opposite. It was like no, it was like nasal, but like tall and like resonant in a completely different way. Totally relaxed, open throat. If you think of it, everybody wants to rule the world. You know, that whole style. You can really hear his interpretation of that against this song so much more. I think this is just how he sounds, but it doesn't sound like that so much against the non-80s sounding music. Isn't that interesting? Okay. All right. We're going to have to move forward. Thank you. Next up is Plastic Love. That sounds familiar. By Mariya Takeuchi? Takeuchi? Mariya? Okay. Plastic Love. Sounds so familiar. Ooh, nice chord change there. Oh, that chord. Okay, I have heard this. This feels iconic somehow. The second chord I think is a diminished chord, and again these are all voiced much more interestingly than I'm doing it. But I think at the core of it, it's a G minor chord, and then this E diminished, and then A minor, and then D minor. So all minor-ish chords. Diminished is his own thing, but it has a minor third in it. So we'll just say it's all minor-ish chords. But I think they're all, again, voiced with sevenths and stuff like that. So that they just have that, like, sorry, oh, fuck. What I mean to do. Like that. Yeah, like when I voice them all 70s chords, seventh chords, it sounds right. Okay, so this has got like a little bit of a slower, you know, a little bit of a sappy love song kind of sound to it, but also kind of R&B, right? I mean, for sure. Like funky bass, got those chord stabs. Maybe it's soulful or it's. Oh man, the horns. Discotheque. I'm sorry. The strings. It's almost got like elements of disco or something. And now that she said discotheque, now that's on my mind. And I can't help but look over at my recommended videos, and it says 3 lies about the Plastic Love video. And it has a picture of her. At least I think it is. It looks like the picture on the album. And it says, "This face lied to you," with an arrow. Oh, it's so clickbaity, but oh, I really want to click on it. I want to know. Is it just like, is it not her? Is it like was like the actual singer never got her recognition? What do you call that? When there's like a stand-in that they thought was more attractive that stole your voice? Man. Yeah. Let's skip to the end and see if there's something else. The disco-y strings. Don't worry. I love that just a little, every so often a little English phrase pops through. Yeah. Interesting. I'm just so curious. So it's really cool when sometimes a non-English speaking, sung, whatever, hit comes over. I remember 99 Love Balloons, whatever, was a huge hit. And they apparently they made an English version also. And it like tanked in the US. Maybe in the UK too. I don't know. It's just not as good. Yes. Luftballons. Milli Vanilli. Oh, right. Yeah. All right. Plastic Love. Next is... Yeah, that's catchy. God damn it. Next is... Bathory. Hades. Intriguing. It's going to be metal, isn't it? Huh. The mix is so interesting. Forgot to analyze it. Shit. Okay, well, I think we can all agree that the drums are way too loud in this song. So interesting mixing choices. Very raw. Bury the drums. Bury the vocals. It's all about the guitar. it's been down-tuned to D sharp. So there's a little bit of a wiggle, right? I think it's like dum dum da da da, and then we get the Phrygian flat 2. See, this is the evil sounding version of Phrygian. It's in 4/4, but I will say that the drums sound like they are doing almost blast beats, pretty much, which would have like a beat up here. But the guitar and vocals almost sounds like halftime. That's a matter of interpretation, but that's just sort of how it feels to me. Is like you could easily hear like a beat going dun, 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 you know, like it's got a little bit more of this feeling. So that's just sort of interesting. It's like almost like I feel the groove more in the guitars, and the drums are more almost ornamental. I mean, they're keeping time, but they're like not the foundational timekeeper. They're like the decorative timekeeper. So that's kind of cool. And that's just because they're so buried. Oh. I think that's how that rhythm goes. You notice how the drums hit every note in the guitar. Da, 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 da. With the kick. So this sounds to me like a cymbal. And then, so he hits the cymbal. Sorry, I shouldn't assume. The drummer hits the cymbal, and then they dampen it right after. So it's a short note. Shh, shh, shh. Very cool. I think they do that with every single one. Shh, 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 shh. That's... Oh, that was nice. Kind of triplet. Da, 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 da. So distorted. There was that. Yep. Very interesting. I, for one, have always struggled with blast beats. Those were easier to deal with because they were so quiet, you know, and muted sounding. But they just make me so anxious. And I really like slow grooves, typically. There's just no space. There's no space in that groove. And for some reason, that makes me anxious. Well, I think it's not that necessarily that makes me anxious. It's just it makes me feel like I'm out of control, even though I know they're in time. It's just... I also don't really like techno over 140 beats per minute, too. So I think there is something to do with just those incredibly fast beats. It makes me feel like I have to, you know, like I'm going to like just have a heart attack or something. But I also know other people have said that blast beats make them feel good, amped up, excited, which I can understand. My body, unfortunately, does not agree. All right. Next up is Crystal King. Wo Torimodose. Ooh, what's going on here? Wo Torimodose. Fist of the North Star theme. Is this going to be like anime, kind of? Was anime a thing in 84? A lot of brass hits in the hit before.
愛で空が落ちてくる You are shy 俺の胸に落ちてくる熱い心を鎖で繋いでも今は無駄だよ邪魔するやつは指先一つでダウンさ You are shy 愛で
Okay. That was lucky. Da, da, da. All right. We got E minor up in the house. We got a flat 6.
You are shy 俺の鼓動速くなるお前もとのさまよう心
Na, 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 na. We got an E minor chord with a nice rhythm. This is in 4/4 and everything. It's all good.
今熱く燃えてる全て溶かす無残に飛び散る
Oh, we got. Oh, sorry. I'll put it up here. Ta-da. Straight up E minor. All the pretty chords in E minor. Actually, minor keys have just the best chords ever. They're so good. Minor 4, minor 5. We have a flat 6. And then we get a dominant chord, whatever. The 5 chord. Which gives us the harmonic minor cadence. Everyone loves it so much. Da 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 da. That sound. Da 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 da. Because it creates all this tension and excitement, and it makes you want to go back home so bad. Ah. Yes, fantastic. Okay, so we're back to this progression. Something that you might have. Then we're back, and then we get the dominant version, and then this time, instead of going home, they did what's called a deceptive cadence. My favorite, of course, because it resolves to the flat 6. And that's how they leave you there. Well, I mean, I don't know if you would call it a cadence exactly, but it feels that way to me. Like it feels right there. Maybe that wasn't actually deceptive. Okay, I guess technically it wasn't. My bad. I thought it was a major chord there, but it wasn't. It just was I think it was a minor version, so I don't think that counts. Well, anyway, the point is, it lands on the flat 6 and leaves you there, and they go. And she sings a 7th over the chord, which gives you all this tension. It's so exciting. It's harmonized. Halftime, yes. Lots of triplets. We got jigga da jigga da 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 da. So we got the beat divided into 3, jigga da, and then we have the triplet inside of a quarter note, right? Da da da, jigga da 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 da. Yeah, so great, so great. The deceptive cadence. You hear the delay on that? But the delay is since the washa is on an offbeat, the delay is set to probably a quarter note, and it's also on the offbeat, so it goes. It's fun. So yes, this looks like it's from a TV show. Okay, I didn't mean to stop it like that. I was gonna do a fade out. I'm going to do fade out on that one. Cool. Excellent. Next up is Echo and the Bunnymen. The Bunnymen. Killing Moon. Oh, yeah. I don't want the music video. I want the... Here we go. That sounds like an instrument that's not from the West.
Under blue moon I saw you. So soon you'll take me up in your arms. Too late to beg you or cancel it, though I know it must be the killing time. Unwillingly mine. Fate up against your will through the thick and thin. He will wait until you give yourself to him.
Okay, guys. This is a good song. So, this has some acoustic guitar situation, I believe. Yes, what a great texture. Nice syncopation in the drums, and the syncopation is all coming from the kick drum. The chord progression is beautiful because it's the flat 6. Da, da, da. So we're happy. And then the chorus goes to the relative major, but then hits us with the 4 chord, which has now been minorized. And that sounds really cool because it brings in a note we're not expecting to hear. This one. We move to this chord thinking that now we're in this key of G major, which goes, but instead of this note, we have that one. It's a flat 6 note and it's so pretty. This is a major 1 minor 4, and it is I'm not gonna say gratuitously because I actually don't think it's gratuitous at all. It is used a lot in Radiohead songs. So if that reminded you of Radiohead, that is part of why. I mean, there could be other things going on with the instrumentation or the melodies. I'm not sure yet, but that is just such a huge part of their sound. Like the beginning and ending of Nude on In Rainbows. My Iron Lung. The end of Creep. Sorry, the end of the progression. That part. And there's a bunch of other ones. I just can't think of it. Like, because it's the Mixolydian flat 6 mode that has those chords both in them. And like Airbags in Mixo flat 6-0, and there's a bunch of stuff of theirs like that. So anyway, very pretty. Now, there's something about this chorus that reminds me of something I've heard before, and I'm just wondering if maybe I actually have heard a cover of this when I was younger. But there's this, in my head, I have this memory of like an 80s sounding female vocalist singing this. But I can't quite place it. Or something similar. Anyway. So wait, that guitar. Okay, so the acoustic guitar plus the bass, which sounds kind of clangy Like it has a lot of treble. It doesn't. It's not like a subby kind of bass. Those two things remind me of like westerns. Oh, and that whatever that pitch bend thing was. But yeah, I get country vibes.
Too soon. Fate up against your will. Through the thick and thin. He will wait until you give yourself to him.
Nice drum. So the drums I just noticed pick up on the chorus. It's not just. But I'm actually not sure. It doesn't sound like Tom's. Now to think about it. Someone mentioned, is he playing with brushes? And you might be right. I do think that if they're not brushes and there's those drumsticks that, I mean, I don't know if they're around in the 80s, but they're like for practicing, and they it's like they took the drumstick and they split it into spaghetti and then they bound it together. So when you hit it, it's just not nearly as loud. But either way, yeah, I don't think it's just a regular drumstick. So it makes it sound a little more subdued, and maybe that's also a part of the country vibe, because I feel like that's the sound now that I'm thinking about it. Like some of that older country music, I think had the brush. And so instead of just but maybe it's just a different part of the snare drum, or maybe they have a smaller snare drum. Sometimes they would do that. We got a tambo. What is this instrument? This bridge is actually so beautiful. You think it's mandolin? Well, whatever it is, it's being harmonized with a lower octave. And I could be wrong, but it sounded like the same instrument, which made me think, oh, and also the way they bent some of the notes, it just sounded like, it does not sound like a guitar to me. It sounds like something else that makes octave playing and bending like a real natural. So, but you're right. It does kind of sound like a mandolin on the top, but it could just be something else that... You think it's a mandolin? Okay, everyone's saying it's mandolin. Maybe it's a mandolin. In the family. Yeah, I love mandolin type sounding instruments. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm making an album, and it should be coming out in January. And I have a song that... I don't know any mandolin players, so I used a VST, but I used a mandolin VST and 2 bazookies, and then I'm also playing acoustic guitar, and it sounds very mandolin-y, and I'm in love with the sound. I just want to drench everything with all these different layers. And also now I just want a bazooki. I know they're really hard to play, but oh my God, they're so cool. And yes. So anyway, I'll start, on my Patreon, I'll start sharing a little bit more information about the album pretty soon. But yeah, I would say at least by January 1st, you'll start to maybe hear some snippets or get some, catch some wind of what's coming. But I'm excited, and yeah, should be good. Okay, so this changed key for this bridge, and it went to B minor, which is not that unrelated to... It seemed like it used a bunch of the same chords, honestly. But so we got a B minor, then A major, then G major, and then it plunged back down to E. But even if all these chords are in E minor as well, which I think they are, it still sounds like the tonal center is now B, which is that's just a good example of how different things can sound when one of the chords is sort of heard and treated as the main chord, the home chord. Then everything's relating to it. It becomes the sun of the solar system. That's how I do it. That time it goes down to D. That's really, really beautiful. I love it. Okay. And now we're back to E.
Under the blue moon I saw you. So soon you'll take me up in your arms too late.
Don't want to fade it out because it's really good. I really like it. Oh, okay. That was Echo and the Bunnymen. Bunnymen. I know it's probably Bunnymen. Bunnymen. But I keep wanting to say Bunnymen. Gorgeous. All right, guys. We got time for a couple more songs. Unfortunately, I can't see anything before Milli Vanilli. So all those requests are gonzo. All right, I will give you 2 minutes to type all of the requests that you had from earlier again. I'm sorry. Oh. Sorry. Prince, I Would Die For You. That seems like a good one. I did remember seeing that one now. Prince, I would die for you. This one, so syncopated. And this would be a good example of static melodies. The verse has a very static melody, which means pretty much one note. But then the verse is really interesting. But I'm pretty sure there's like no bass in this song or something. It's this is a good one. This is definitely an interesting one. Oh, it's muted. Fuck. Sorry for cursing. There may be children watching. Okay, there is bass. My bad. Maybe it's just the verse doesn't have it. Okay, there's the bass.
I am something that you never understand. I never beat you. I never lie. If you evil, I forgive you by cause I would die for you. Yeah. Darling, if you want me to, you. I would die for you.
All right, well, let's figure out the chorus here because I've always really liked this. So the bass goes G, and then it goes A. I would die for you. Yes, maybe it is. Oh, remastered. I don't remember hearing bass before, but yeah, this maybe sounds. I've never listened to this on headphones in my life, so maybe I just couldn't hear the bass. I would die for you. Okay, but there's chords, so he's harmonizing himself, and at least 2-part harmony, maybe even 3. And I would die for. All I know is that at the very end we get a suspended chord. No, sorry. No, hang on. I would. I'm hearing something like that. I'm hearing a suspension. It's so beautiful because suspensions create this feeling of tension, suspension tension, and that something's incomplete. And because of that, you can either create a very satisfying feeling by resolving the tension, like, It's like so gorgeous. But you could also just not resolve it and create a different kind of beauty by this sort of cliffhanger. It's the best. So I just think it's really pretty that he did that. I would die for you. Nope, sorry. I would die for you. So there's parallel thirds. And then somehow we get a suspension sound. Maybe it's like that. Maybe it's like that. Oh, God. Sorry. Yes, that's that. Okay, we got there. We got there. Okay, now the drums, really interesting because I think it's kind of like a, how would you, oh, God. Something just happened. Now, I always assumed that was part of the drums, but maybe it's actually the bass that has some upper frequencies, but something is going and the bass is doing that too, so maybe it's the bass, but it almost sounds like a digital shaker, you know, like chicka, 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 chicka. So those are really fast, but the rest of the drums are pretty sparse, right? So you've got kick, snare, kick. Kick, snare, kick. Kick, snare, kick. Really hesitant. And then this clap, which is on some offbeat. Clap. But not every time. Clap. So there's a cool, again, pull between the slow and the fast.
I'm not too wanted, I'm not too mad. I am something that you never understand. I never beat you, I never lie. If you evil, I'll forgive you bye. 'Cause I would die for you.
Ah.
If you want me to, I would die for you.
It's 3-part harmony.
I'm not your lover, I'm not your friend.
Well, now that I can hear the bass, this is a little more compelling than I found it when I was a kid. Ooh.
No need to cry.
That's another suspended chord that he's singing. Yeah, 3-part harmony. So he's going, I would die for you. And then on the top, he goes, Whee! Gorgeous. But even here.
I'm your Messiah and you're the reason why. 'Cause I would die for you. Darling, if you want me
Now there are some chords.
I would die for you.
Actually, you can hear the keyboard resolve the tension. It's maybe it's higher. No. I can do this. What's wrong? You can hear that there. But yeah, this is pretty epic. He's giving a very emotional, expressive performance. There's lots of effects on his voice, makes it feel really epic. And yes, that's Prince. Yay! Good one. Okay. All right. Let's do another one. I would die for you. Don't the Cars. Walk Away by Sisters of Mercy. Meat Puppets. Irish Mickey, Last Christmas by Wham. Just kidding. I don't know if I know that one. But I do know the Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, and that is just... that will wake you up. That really will. Small Town Boy by Bronski beat. No. I think we're going to do... Oh, is Smooth Operator from this year? Yeah, let's do... Sade. Yes. Yes. Classic. Oh, it's a line cliche. It was. Is that a fretless bass? Just has that tone. Okay, so really pretty. The intro had a line cliche. That's when the bass goes down by half steps or whole steps, and it creates kind of new chords each time it moves down. At least that's my understanding of it. I learned that also from David Bennett, piano. So spy music, trip hop. But then it changes to the real chords, which is once again the 3 minor chords from the minor key. So cool how consistent we've been today. Sorry. Oh, God. And then it's about to change.
Place for beginners or sensitive hearts.
Ah, there's that one cliche again. We gotta talk about that for a second, but so this little pre-chorus goes down to 4, up to 5, and then you got the line cliche, and then back down. But even though we've arrived back at our home chord, this is it. She sings against it, which is the best note ever in melodies, the 9th. So pretty. And she makes it even better by harmonizing it. Ha ha. Ugh. Nice accent.
No need to ask, he's a smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Talk about that. Smooth operator.
Okay, so this goes back to this chord progression. But she's harmonizing above herself in mostly thirds. So she's going smooth, smooth operator. Sorry, she stays up there. Hang on. Smooth operator. Very good, Milo. That is the tonal center. That's the 7th. Very, very good. Very good. She's going to the other bed. She's just out of view, I think. Beautiful. I'm just going to let that ring out. Okay. Maybe I'll just sing along with her. I think it's too hard for me to do it all at once.
No need to ask, he's a smooth operator.
Okay, so she's saying smooth operator. Okay, so she's in parallel thirds until that last note, which I love how she leaves that note up high. So Smooth operator. That's so nice. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. And then she follows. Oh, operator. Sorry, that was even better. Operator. Mm-hmm. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Oh, and the last time, of course, because she's amazing, she leaves it up. Smooth operator on the night that's so nice. But I have to say, I mean, she's smooth no matter what, but these harmonies just like really make it lush. It's just so gorgeous. And I think part of the smoothness also of the song is all these minor chords and the way that they are. It just gives it this mystical look. Someone just came to our porch. Sorry. So me and the cats are all like, what's going on out there? What's going on? Pax, buddy. He puts his paws right on something that he shouldn't every single time. Oh well. Okay, but yeah. It's a great song. This must have been a huge hit, right? I mean, when I think of Sade, I think of this song. And then also, I'll give you all the love I got. I give you all that I could give. What was that one? Gave you love. Oh, Ordinary Love. Oh my God. Deftones did a really good cover of that. Surprisingly, like really nailed it. Beautiful. Okay. I think that's the end of the stream today. So, what did we learn from this new way of doing things? Well, you give me, a few seconds to talk and I'll just talk for a mile. So, I have to be shorter winded so we can get to more songs. And maybe there's a balance between stop, start, and like let it play for a little bit, then stop and talk about it. But like it has to be short enough so that if, God forbid, I get some other strike, I can appeal and be like, look, like every 20 seconds I'm stopping and talking about the things we heard or whatever, so I don't know. And yeah, cool. But I hope you enjoyed the commentary regardless, and we will pick it up next week. I think that stream is going to be the later time, like the 3:30. Let's see. Yeah, so next week it'll be 3:30 Central, and we're back to Central or Standard Time here. We ended daylight savings, so I know some of y'all are like offset from us for a couple weeks. So it will be, I think that's 4:30 GMT -5, whatever that means. And yes, we will do 1983 next week. I'm trying to see if oh, shoot. Wait. 1984. There might have been a song I was supposed to play. Oh, no. That was 86. Okay. We're fine. Never mind. I wanted to play West End Girls when we did that live stream, but I clearly missed it by a couple of years. I wrote it down in my 1984 event. Whoopsie. Okay. Thanks for coming, guys. Thank you for your super chats and your support. And if you like parties like this, feel free to check out my Patreon. It's only $5. And we do song requests at the end of the month. And then if you want to go to the upgrade to the album tier, we do an album every month as well. All right. Until next time, farewell and be well.